the 5th, and it is over the 1650. Class 4 event, we've got Red Brick Fighter having his second start on the surface. Emerging wears blinkers for the first time. Samarkand a hood. Crossover noseband off. Cheek pieces go on. Amazing Teens wears pacifiers again. High Cloud makes his all-weather debut. Killer Instinct visor again. Helene Elabor blinkers off. Visor goes on. Brilliant Pioneer minus the hood. Blinkers go on. Forever Glorious back-end trip from the 2200 to the 1650. And a gear adjustment on Asian one. Visor off, and the pacifiers with cowls go on for the second time, Tom, for his return to the all-weather.
Yeah, the pace from Samarkand to here, he might be able to jump and run and to be a lot handier from the barrier number 1. He has led up in the past, Samarkand, a few runs ago. Star of Glory's reliable when it comes to pace. He likes to be up there. High Cloud drawn wide, so he's another one that can race forward. Helene Elabor, Amazing Teens, but might be quite grouped together here, Paul.
Yeah, it might well be. Samarkand, I think, yeah, he will lead, but Amazing Teens led last start, so he's got pace, and Star of Glory's got pace, as you mentioned. I thought Nice Birdie, Emerging Asian one, would have to go back from their draws.
All right, we can find out a little bit more maybe about where Emerging might end up, because Nick spoke with his trainer, Richard Gibson.
Richard Gibson, Emerging, was pretty good on the all-weather last time at a big price. Back to the well he will go on Wednesday. How's he been since that run?
Horse has been fine. I've been in Hong Kong a while. I've noticed we get different results on the dirt depending on the surface. And a lot will depend on track conditions on Wednesday night, because we've had a lot of rain, and if the track goes very hard with the wet, I often think you get different races and different results.
He seemed to travel quite well on it last time, Richard. I mean, he has had a couple of runs on the surface, but last time was much better.
Absolutely, that was when the track was in great condition, but rain-affected dirt track is every sort of trainer's worry going into these races.
You put blinkers on him for this start. Just talk me through the sort of the process that came about.
It was from jockey recommendation, and it's a horse that I'm not surprised he's ended up wearing them.
He almost struck the front, didn't he, inside the furlong last time out? Do you think obviously that was a big price performance. Is he the type of horse you think hopefully can replicate that with the blinkers on?
Yeah, I'm concerned about the track. You know, if it's a rain-affected track, you can get all sorts of different. It's a bit of a lottery. So we'll have to see how the track's running on the night.
Indeed, and just with where he's drawn gate 10, obviously there is the angle that you can be drawn wide on the all-weather. Is that an ideal place to be in your?
Well, he was drawn pretty wide last time when he ran well, but we'll just have to see how the track plays out on the day.
We've seen the entries come out for the Sprint Cup, Richard. Cordyceps 6 Wellington. How are both those horses?
Both in good shape. Cordyceps could do a little trial this morning, and Wellington will go into it. I don't think he was as settled over 14 as he was last time, so we'll try and get our revenge on Lucky Swinnets.
As we move on to Red Brick Fighter, Paul, could be wrong, but I think Richard might be concerned about some rain coming up on Wednesday night. Possibly.
Well, there is rain around, definitely, so we'll see what happens on the day.
Here's Red Brick Fighter.
Yeah, Red Brick Fighter, look, he's a horse that's going quite well at the moment. It wasn't a bad run from him here when he was sort of just in behind the pace. This is wide open, this race. He didn't quite make it in for me. Red Brick Fighter, it's got to carry the big weight.
Yeah, big weight is a concern here. He was held up a few times here, sort of over the last 200 metres. Luke Ferraris had to stop riding a couple of occasions. So, look, if he can get the right sort of run, he might be a player here, but the big weight sort of worried me if that was going to bog him down a bit.
This is a race we could have shown about 20 replays for, Tom. So we'll pick one more. We'll go Asian one. Do you give him a chance?
He's in on a minor line. I think they would have ideally have liked to keep him in class 5 off the back of this performance, but the handicapper couldn't do so. And he looked like he was going to go up and win the race here, Paul, but Speedstar in the end just worried him out of it.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? Yeah, look, I think he's going to get it back from barrier number 6 with all his pace in the race. So he does race better when he gets back. He'll just need a bit of luck, but. Yeah, like he won well. He raced well enough here, didn't he?
There he's on the outside of Speedstar, and Matthew Chadwick rides for Jamie Richards. He ran 4th behind Run Des Run on the all-weather at his most recent look at the surface. A few chances here, Paul.
There's plenty, isn't there? I'm going to go with Killer Instinct. He's a horse who has performed well on the surface before, and Casper Founds has him. He's drawn nicely in barrier number 4. I think he's just going to get a good run, and I like the fact the visor's going back on him. Nice Birdie, he gets back, he'll be running on strongly. And look, a horse coming to the surface for the first time is President's Choice. He's by Reduced Choice, has one of 58. He's down to this rating of 49, so he's already well rated. And of course, Michael Chang had a fantastic weekend. And Fortune President, he's unbeaten on the surface, 1 from 1. And he did win nicely last night. I didn't think it was a fluke. 7, 5, 9 and 12.
There's so many chances in this race, race number 5. I've gone with Amazing Teens in the end for John Symes and Antoine Hamley. One off 58 at his most recent victory. He was third at this meeting last year. Led last start, looked a little bit one pace, but coming back to this surface, I think that's going to certainly assist him. Emerging goes in, but if there's rain around, that might be a concern with Richard Gibson's comments about the track. Forever Glorious sort of got held up at one point in the straight, and that sort of lost his momentum. I don't think he's one of those horses. He needs to sort of have that momentum to keep going. And Asian won just on a minor line. I left Nice Birdie out because he was off the bit before the 600, I thought, last start. 4, 2, 11 and 13.
And the post time for race number 5 will be 9:15.